Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK soup solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the starter and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. That's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirming off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Command a general get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Westworld.
This one Westworld.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. Yeah, it's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. When you get the wrong, then you get another legacy.
If you gotta do this shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, soldier seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. When you get to witness the beginning of a legacy. They don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Scarring one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. Things you gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General YAHANNA got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, U.P.K. Nataza, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shalom, 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 Israel. Once again, we're here. You already know I'm Priest and Officer 1000 Adiyar with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? For those that don't know, you understand, we teach the truth of the Bible. We are the home of the truth. You understand? Why? Because we teach the truth about this so-called Bible, and we show you how this Bible relates to our everyday life that we live in today. A lot of people don't believe in the Bible. A lot of people think, you understand, this Bible is just like a mystic book, or you understand, it's a magical book, which is false. The Bible is actually, you understand, the history, the constitution of the Israelite, who are the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand? This is our book. You understand? We teach exactly, you understand, that him you call Jesus, you understand, by his real name, Yahweh is a black man. He come from the tribe of Judah. You understand? The same tribe you see the African American, the so-called African American come from. You understand? That being said, you understand, joining with me, you understand, we have Officer Zabaja, 1000 Zabaja. He being there in a few. We also have Officer 500 Bar Killer. Hey, Shalom, Priest. What's going on, Priest? Yeah, most in Christ. Well, you understand, we're gonna talk about something that happened in Laval. Laval is another island next to Montreal in Canada, right? Something happened recently, like, you understand, I believe it was last week, not this week that just passed, but the week before. You understand, there's a Eden that drove a bus into a daycare center, man.
Right.
I don't know if you're aware of the story, Priest.
Kawakan.
The Eden drove the bus, I mean the public bus, you understand, right into the daycare center. Now you might ask, why is this relevant, right? How is this relevant to, you understand, to what we're doing? Well, imagine, you understand, sending your Officer Shah 1, Officer 500 Shah 1 is with us as well. Shalom, priest, how about you, Shabbat?
Shabbat.
Saying Christ. You understand? You might ask, you understand, how is this relevant, you understand, to what we're doing, you understand, to what we're teaching? Well, little do you know that you send your children to school by your action, by the way that you understand, conduct yourself, you guarantee either blessing to your children or either curses. You understand? Matter of fact, somebody bring me to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15.
Khan.
You understand? And this is why you understand this job that we're doing is so important. Why? Because we actually, you understand, bring protection to our children by living the right way. Imagine sending your kids to the daycare center, Officer Shah 1. You understand? Next thing you know, you get a call that you have to come get, you understand, your dead children, your dead child. Imagine that. Imagine the pain of a mother, you understand, suffering, you understand, from losing a child. You understand? Meanwhile, that child's supposed to be, you understand, safe, you understand, in the daycare center. Your child's not supposed to, you understand, come find death, you understand, in the daycare center. Well, then you understand, these past few days, this is what we've seen in Montreal. You understand? We're gonna read about it. You understand? But first off, let's get the verse, but question.
Come on, Kasalaka. When you said Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15.
Yeah, come.
Khan. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
You understand? This is what the Most High say. You understand? This is what the Most High say to you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. God gave us laws to follow. You understand? God gave us laws to follow. If we follow these laws, we get life. We get His protection. When we don't follow these laws, we get curses. We get diseases. We get, you understand, death. You understand? And this is why we're so adamant, you understand, on doing these laws, because we want our people to live. We want our people to be well. This is why we're pushing you, you understand, to follow what God say, because we actually care about you. We actually, you understand, want you to shine, want you, you understand, to have a good life. Meanwhile, you hate us for it. You understand? Meanwhile, you think we are caught for telling you to follow God the right way. You understand? God said, what I said before you to this day, life and good. Which what is good? It is the law. You understand? What the law say, it is good. The law, don't do this, don't do that, don't do it, because it's for your own good. You understand? Christian, Musa and Christ. Christian will tell you, you understand, the laws are done away with. Why? Because they want you to sin. They want you to die. You understand? They want you to be something, you understand, lesser than you're supposed to be. Lesser than what you are. Meanwhile, you are Yasharala, the princes and princesses of God, man. This is who you are. I know the church will not tell it to you, you understand who you are. The church will not say you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian are actually the chosen nation of God, but we will. We will, and this is why we, you understand, we're teaching you these laws. We're showing you how to obey God in all sincerity. You understand? Let's get it. Let's get more on the verse, Baba Question.
Khan, verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways.
To walk in his way. This is how you love God. A lot of people think, well, loving God is a feeling that I have inside of my heart. It's how you understand I feel inside. It's the vibration when I hear that Christian music, you understand, that gospel music, I feel some type of way. They think that's what loving God is. That's not loving God. You love God how? Go ahead, Officer.
To walk in his ways.
To walk in his ways, man. You understand? To walk in his way, which means what? Do what it tells you to do. Don't do what it tells you not to do. You understand? That's how you prove you love God. That's how you show to God that you love him. You don't love God if you eat pork. You understand? You don't love God, you understand, if you molest kids. And you don't love God if you are a murderer. For the instance today, you don't love God if you are effeminate. You love God how? By walking in his ways. Keep on going.
Karawakan. And to keep his commandments.
And to what?
And to keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
Karawakan. And his statutes. Karawakan. And his judgments.
Go ahead.
Karawakan. And that thou mayest live and multiply.
You understand? This is the key of life. This is the key of freedom. This is the key of, you understand, of wealth. This is the key of, you understand, having a big family. This is the key to have your house in order. This is the key to have your family in order. You understand? This is the key, you understand, to build a righteous community. This is the key for Montreal North. This is the key for Laval. This is the key, you understand, for West Side and the west side of Montreal, Montreal West. This is the key for Toronto, black, so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian in Toronto, man. You understand? The key is right there. That we may multiply. You understand? That we may live and multiply. But what do we see? We dying in these streets, man. We dying in Canada, man. We dying in South America. We dying, you understand? Wherever we are dying, man. And not only that, we below every other race that come in our neighborhood. Meanwhile, we smarter than every other race. Meanwhile, we have a better heart than every other race. Meanwhile, I don't see a bus driver, you understand, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian bus driver killing kids. You understand? We are better than these other nations. Yes, but to be even better, we got to follow the Most High.
Right.
Jump to verse 19, Baba Kwasha.
Karawakan, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. That I have set before you life and death.
Life and death. These commandments are life and death. You understand? Which means what? Which means, you understand? You do the commandments, you live. Not eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, cat, you understand? All these nonsense, you understand? Will help you live longer. You won't get, you understand, high blood pressure. You won't get diabetes. You won't get these diseases that are killing us. And when you look at, you understand, the chart, we are number one in those type of diseases. Why are we number one? The China man, it's everything on the damn earth.
Right.
Understand? Why is not number one in diabetes? Why is not number one in high blood pressure? Go ahead, please.
Because he doesn't have the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Damn right. You understand? Because those laws were given to you, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Indian man. And even by us suffering shows that we are the children of Israel. Because we do these things, we suffer more than the other nations. The China man will find a snake, eat the snake. Matter of fact, I seen a video, Akim, where they take the heart of the snake, put it in liquor, and drink it, you understand, for having a strong libido. You understand? I seen videos, you understand, where they have, you understand, restaurant they eat baby embryos. But why they are not, you understand, like number one in those type of diseases? But we are. Because the laws were given to Israel, and Israel must pay for breaking those laws. You understand? We are dying. Why? Because we failed to follow the Most High. Our children are suffering. Why? Because we failed to follow the Most High. Our children are dying. Why? Because we failed to follow the Most High. You understand? What we're doing is what is necessary to do. What we're doing will bring protection in our neighborhood, man. We'll make sure our children be safe. Matter of fact, keep on going, Officer Barkella.
Karawakan. Blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life.
Blessing
Blessing
and curses, man. You understand? And when you read Deuteronomy, right, the 28th chapter, it will show you, if you follow the Most High, this is all the blessing that will, you understand, that will come to you. If you disobey the Most High, then you understand this is all the curses that will come in to you. And when we look at these curses, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian are suffering them, which is proof that we are the children of Israel, man. Our slave, you understand? The transatlantic slave, you understand? Us being brought by ship, coming to America, coming to South America, coming to the Caribbean, is in the Bible, you understand, as one of the curses the children of Israel will endure, will go through. You understand? But choose life. Choose life. And this is why we understand we bothering you with these classes. I know a lot of you think, you understand, this is, you understand, we bothering you with these classes, telling you to come to class, come to class. You think you don't need these classes, but you're gonna see in these few days that's coming, you're gonna need those classes. You understand? You're gonna feel sorry that you weren't in class and knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing how to obey the Most High. You will feel sorry for that, because those times that are coming is gonna be, you understand, hell on earth. You're about to see, you understand, this life in another eyes. You understand, like you're watching an horror movie. It's already been an horror movie to us, but you understand, now you're gonna see the real, you understand, 18+ horror movie, man. It's gonna be disgusting out there. You don't know, you won't know if you're safe by leaving your house. You won't know if your children are safe in kindergarten. You understand? Keep on going.
Karawakan, that both thou and thy seed may live.
That what?
That both thou and thy seed may live.
What is what is the seed in this instance? What does that mean? Both thou and thy seed may live.
It's a lockout one, if I may.
Go ahead.
It's basically saying the Most High said, choose to follow His commandments, you understand, to avoid the plagues and death, and to have life and protection, so that you and your children and their children's children won't just die because of sin. Basically, won't get just, you know, crushed by a bus because of a lunatic decides to drive in a, you know, in a daycare whatsoever.
That's exactly what it means, priest. You understand? And we send condolences, you understand, to the family. You understand? If they're Israelite, of course. You understand? But this goes to all so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. How many of us, you understand, have children? They go, you understand, out of the, you understand, to school, and they come back hurt. They go, you understand, somewhere they kidnapped. You understand? These things are happening to our people. You understand? But by you living a righteous life, you're actually bringing, you understand, protection to your children. So the question that you should ask yourself, do I really love my children or my child for me, you understand, to follow the Most High? If the answer is yes, you will be in these classes. You will be in the UPK. You understand? All right, let's drop that. Give me Bible question. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. Bible question. Get in the article.
So Lucky, I don't want, if I may.
Of course, please.
The water, sir. So it's something interesting is that, you know, many times when, you know, brothers and sisters are looking at the Bible and they're trying to understand their relationship with the Most High, is that they're missing the point where, like, over and over in the scriptures, we refer to the Most High as our Father.
Right.
And when you look at, for example, like a chapter like Psalms chapter 91, it speaks about he who dwells under the shadow of the Almighty. Like he'll find his protection. And what you're bringing out is so heavy in that when you understand the relationship of a father and a child, it's like if you have a child and you're constantly saying, like, you're as a child, you're like, hey, I want to play with this Game Boy. I want to watch I want to watch the television show. I want to go to this place so that I can play with my friends. But at the same time, as a child, when my father says clean up, I don't clean up.
Right.
When my father says, once you're done cleaning up, it's time to read. And you as a child, you don't pick up that book and read. But at the same time, as a child, you want everything from your father.
Right.
And our people miss the point where it's like when we refer to the Most High as our Father, we're not understanding. Like when we look at it in a practical sense, no father is going to give you what you want if you're not listening. No father is going to give you what you want if you don't obey him. When the Most High says that pork is an abomination for you, but then we as a people go eat pork and then turn around and pray to him like, hey, help me get this job, help me get this car, help me, I want this beautiful wife, and so and so. All these different things, these carnal things that we pray for, we can't understand why the Most High doesn't give it to us. Because it like in the New Testament it says, but I'm just loosely paraphrasing, he says, don't you understand that a good father knows what his son wants?
Right.
A good father knows what his children want. So when you ask for these things, don't you know that a good father will give it to you? But if you never listen to me, how can you expect to get anything?
Right.
When I tell you to forgive your brother and you don't forgive your brother, how can you expect to get anything? When I tell you not to bear a grudge against the children of thy people, how can you expect to get anything? And it's this, when we look at the state of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, like we live in the worst conditions.
Right.
When you're bringing out that, like, why are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, why are we dying of diabetes? Why are we dying of cancer? Why are we dying of all these things at a higher rate than any other race of people? It's because we don't obey our Father.
Right. Damn right.
You understand? We want that protection. We want to dwell under the protection of the Most High. We got to listen to him.
And what you said is heavy, because black people, you understand, all people think that the Most High is their sugar daddy. You understand? Just like you have a sugar daddy, you understand? And I need like, you understand, $500. And the sugar daddy, you understand, know he will get some tail later. Well, he give you that, you understand, that $500. That's how we look at God as a people. You understand? That's how Christians look at God, like a sugar daddy. But God is not your sugar daddy, man. You understand? God is a man of war. God is your father. And just like Officer Shah once said, you understand? God, you have to obey your father for your father to give you a recompense. Understand? Otherwise than that, you understand, we're gonna be stuck in this hell for, you understand, forever. All right. Bring me to that verse, Bible question.
So like when you said 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 1
and 3 verse 1, bro.
3 verse 1, Khan. And Salakia one, could you check the private chat on StreamYard, Baba Kusha? This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous time shall come.
Wait there. What does that mean, perilous time?
Salakia one, if I may.
Go ahead.
It will mean dangerous times, basically.
Dangerous time. And when are those dangerous times coming on earth?
In the last days, Adwan.
When the period of time that we're living in right now, what is it called?
The last days, Adwan.
You understand? Understanding this verse, understanding what it's saying will make you, you understand, will help you to change your life. Because you don't know if you understand, you might leave your house right now, you understand, and just fall off in the street and die. You understand? You might be in a car thinking everything is all good, and another car just crushes you. You understand? You might be at work, you understand? Who knows? At your slavery, and the roof just, you understand, collapse on you. But having the protection of the Most High will help you escape these things, man.
Right.
And that's why we're teaching you, you understand, to obey God. Not because we hate you, not because we want to annoy you, but because we love you and want you to live. You understand? We want you to we want to see you blessed by the Most High. You understand? All right, drop that. Let's get to the article, right? And we have Officer 1000, Officers of 1000s of Baja with us. I.S.U.P.K Toronto. You understand what's going on? Appreciate Abashim Yashab Rakata.
Shalom Akim Yabashim Yashab Rakatham.
Understand? Let's get an article about question.
Salakia, the one.
God.
Did you get the invite I sent you?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Come on, kind. Salaki Officer Zabaja.
Khan.
Do you want to take over the TikTok and send me the invite, or?
Khan, I'm just setting up my phone up real quick. Give me a moment.
Okay,
Salakia, Officer Adiyar, do you need me to read the articles, or can another brother read them?
Yeah, I sent it to all of y'all. So you know what I'm saying, whoever got it, you know what I'm saying, could put it on the screen. All right.
Salaki, I cannot read the articles. I'm streaming my 2 phones right now.
Okay, no sweat. Also, Shawan, are you able to read it? Let's see if I could share.
La Ottawa, I'm streaming from my phone.
Okay, I'll read them.
In front of me.
Okay, no sweat. Go ahead, Officer Zabaji.
I got the City TV News article first.
Come on, the first one first. Come on.
Okay, City News everywhere. Driver charged with first-degree murder after bus crashes into daycare, killing 2 children.
Imagine that. You understand? Imagine, just like I was saying earlier, imagine, you understand, you have children and bringing your children to daycare, Officer Zabaja, and next thing you know, you get a call. You understand? Your children is dead or dead. Imagine the feeling. You understand? Imagine, you understand? And this happened in this hell. Why? Because we don't follow the Most High. These type of things won't happen in the kingdom, man. When so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Indian rule the world, this won't happen. First of all, you understand, one thing that this society or this kingdom should have done is all these people that work with, you understand, with the public, at least twice a year, they should get, you understand, a checkup, a mental checkup. Why? Because I've been in the bus, right? You understand, bus rides a lot of time, you understand? So I see exactly what they go, the stress, you understand, these drivers, you understand, go through throughout the day. You understand? I see children speeding on the drivers. I see people yelling at bus drivers. So you understand, at one point, you understand, that person build up so much trauma, you understand, might lose their mind. And especially, you understand, if he has a dragon in his house. Especially that.
Good, nice.
You understand? All these people, you understand, that work in the public, like the police, the ambulance, you understand, the paramedics, you understand, firefighters, you understand, bus driver, every one of them should have, you understand, a mental evaluation, you understand, at least twice a year.
Right.
You understand? But this kingdom doesn't give a damn about that. You understand? Your slave master, you understand, don't give a damn about people, you understand, mental well-being. Go ahead, Officer Zabaji.
2 children were killed and 6 others were injured after a city bus.
Salakia, priest, are you able to play the video? I think there's a video like about 2-4 minutes.
La.
Hold on. Okay, let me put it on the screen. The screen. There you go.
Tonight with tragic, 2 young children are dead and 6 others are in Laval Wednesday morning. You can see there's a perimeter set here in. We can't actually get of the daycare because of the ongoing, but the crash site is tucked away behind me. Now it seems that a public transit driver plunged into the daycare at 8:30 this morning. He got out of the bus and residents quickly went after him, held him down until police arrived and ultimately arrested him. Later this afternoon, 51-year-old Pierre Ni Saint-Amand appeared in court via video conference from Sacré-Cœur Hospital. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, and assault with a weapon or causing bodily harm. Now, 8 people were taken to hospital. One of those was an adult who was treated for shock. 4 people were taken to Saint-Justin Hospital. That's 2 boys and 2 girls in Montreal, and 2 are under evaluation at Cité de la Santé Hospital here in Laval. Authorities luckily do not fear for their lives. The children who died were both 4 years. One was actually turning 5 very soon. Now, we've been on site here for 8 hours. A crisis center was set up earlier this morning at a nearby school. Children who were unharmed were bused there. Their parents came and picked them up. We could see their reactions, visibly distraught as they collected their children, just really trying to understand what exactly happened at the Garderie Éducative Sainte Rose this morning. For now, there's no idea what exactly caused this. Investigators are meeting with the suspect to try to establish the motive.
2 children died, 6 children were injured. They were transported to hospitals.
As we received a 911 call about a bus that came into contact with a daycare center on Terrasse de Frin here in Sainte Rose.
We tried to overpower the driver, and he opened the door. He was totally nude. We tackled him, tried to stop Ham's neighborhood, and witnessed the crash. Said the bus was 30 or 40 kilometers per hour when it struck the daycare and doesn't believe it was an accident.
There's already one father with another man that was standing on the driver. So the driver was on the floor until the police came in.
The bus driver, a 51-year-old man, employee of the STL, has been arrested for careless driving and homicide.
He was hysterical. I saw him when the police, I still can see his eyes, how hysterical he was, that man.
The investigation is ongoing and the motive remains unknown.
Security perimeter so wide that the actual crime.
All right, so y'all got it right there. You understand? This is what happened in Laval. You understand? The little island, you understand, next to Montreal. You understand? So imagine the pain of those family, man. You understand? They're not saying which race, you understand? Hopefully, you understand, they're not our people, but you understand, still, that doesn't give, you understand, an excuse to go do such a crime. Go ahead, Officer Shalom.
Salakia, if I may bring out a verse.
Come on, priest, come on.
Salakia, can somebody grab me Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16?
Karawakan.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16, Baba Kasha.
Karawakan. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun.
Under the what?
I saw under the sun.
Under the what?
Under the sun.
Read.
The place of judgment.
The place of what?
The place of judgment.
The scriptures say, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Keep reading.
Karawakan. That wickedness was there.
That what?
That wickedness was there.
I can't imagine the gut-wrenching feel. Be a parent to lose a 4-year-old. Salaki, if I'm misquoting that news article, but I believe they said a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. But I can't imagine the gut-wrenching feel to lose a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old to a bus accident. Like that's a sad thing, and that's a hard thing to deal with. And the scripture, read that from the top again, Baba Kasha.
Karawakan. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
One of the most freeing things for me, I remember coming out of Christianity, is understanding that the place of judgment is under the sun. The place of judgment is here on earth.
Right.
And no Christian pastor ever told me that before. Everybody always told me that try to live a good life and believe in Jesus, believe in Christ. And once you're dead, you're either going to heaven or into hell. Meanwhile, you have blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are sitting here suffering on earth. You got people suffering on earth, going through things, literally going through hell. Like, imagine losing a 4-year-old. Imagine losing a 5-year-old. All the different horror stories that we hear. It's like all the different things that people go through on earth. They don't understand that the place of judgment is under the sun. Keep reading.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. It's like everything that we experience is here on earth. Why is your Christian pastor telling you to wait till you die?
Right.
Why is your Christian pastor telling you that, oh, your grandma had a good life, and now that she's dead, she's going to live up in the clouds and have a good life?
Right.
So like, I don't want to cut you off, Priest, but I have a question as well. Like, that place of righteousness would have been like, you understand, so-called heaven, right?
So
you mean to tell me heaven is under the sun?
Right.
Damn, that's deep.
And that's exactly what Christ said. Christ said, let's pray for thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
Right.
Right.
Like the disciples of Christ, righteous men of the Most High, we're praying for this kingdom to be on earth because we understand that everything that we go through is real. These pains that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are experiencing, they are real. Like losing a 4-year-old child, that is hell to a brother or sister.
God.
That's not something I wish upon anybody. And it's such a beautiful thing to know that there's actually solutions for these things. Salaki, that's all I wanted to bring up.
Go ahead, priest.
I just wanted to bring out a precept, right? Which is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, which read, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's exactly what we see right now, because when we'll be in authority, you understand, when the kingdom of Christ, the kingdom of the Most High will be here, there won't be any lunatic driving into no daycare, whether it's killing our people or the heathens. You understand? Every single person will be safe. You understand? From the highest rank to the lowest rank, it won't matter. Because in our kingdom, it'll be a righteous kingdom, unlike the kingdom that we're living in right now.
Right.
And we're not gonna have to worry about what can happen to our kids when they go to school. What could happen to a brother or a sister when he leaves the house? You understand? We won't have to worry about a thing, because in our kingdom it will be righteous. It'll be sinless. You understand? And those who dare transgress the law, well, Lord be with them.
So, Salakia, Adiyar.
Come, please.
Have they stated what nation the bus driver is yet?
But according, you understand, it looks like it looks Asian, but you understand that its name is not Asian, so it might be, you understand, probably, you understand, a so-called mixed child, you understand, some type of Eden, you understand, mixed.
Salakia, you could be adopted.
Con that too also. Understand? You understand? But what you said also, Barakala, is exactly on point as well. And I have that verse, you understand? Great mind takes alike. We are prophet in one accord, you understand? But what also Barakala just brought out is exactly what's going on. We're seeing these things in this world. Why? Because the righteous is not an authority. And who are the righteous according to the Bible? You so-called Hispanic native Indian. So like a priest?
No, I was just gonna say the same exact thing you just said. I don't know.
No. Come, peace, most high in Christ. You are the righteous. You are the, you understand, that one, the ones, you understand, that have the laws of God. That's supposed to follow the laws of God, man. And because you are not ruling this earth, this is why you see exactly, you understand, death and destruction. This is why you see exactly, you understand, the train derail. You understand? And they have like chemicals in the air and everything. This is why you're seeing, you understand, that eggs price is going up the roof. This is why you're seeing war, you understand, the destruction everywhere. Because you are not in authority, man. You are not ruling this earth, man. But the Eden are ruling. The oppressor is ruling. And the oppressor doesn't know how to rule this earth. Because it wasn't given to him to rule this entire earth, man. It was given to you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Go ahead, priest. You wanted to say
Salaki, what was that?
You wanted to say something, priest?
Allah, I'm talking about one. I just agree with you.
Come. Just give me a few seconds, Officer Sharon, all right? I see you. But this is why we're suffering at this point. This is why we're seeing this hellish. And just like Officer Sharon said that, you know what I'm saying, I want to skip that as well. Hell is a condition. Just like heaven is a condition. You are living in hell, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand? Hell is destruction, slavery, poverty, man. This is what our life in America. This is our life in South America, in the Caribbean, man. We're living in hell. Meanwhile, your oppressor that's ruling this earth, you understand, with his devilish ways, he's in heaven. You understand? But this is why, you understand, Officer Shawan read that verse. You understand? The place of judgment is under the sun. A perfect breakdown, a perfect precept, you understand, for you to understand hell, the concept of hell and heaven in the Bible, man. You understand? It is under the earth, under the sun's light. It is not under the earth, but under the sun. You understand? You're not gonna find a hole. You understand? You're not gonna dig underneath the earth. You understand? Get to the cross and find Satan. You understand? That's not in the Bible. You understand? But what you will find under the sun is you suffering, your people suffering. You understand? Your kids dying. You understand? While they're supposed to be safe. The day when we rule this earth and when we follow, you understand, the laws of the Bible, we will have our children, you understand, home safely. You understand? We don't wish that, just like Osisha I once say, we don't wish this to anybody. And this is why we need to rule. You understand? You want your children, you understand, to be safe, to come back safely home. You understand? Well, you should, you understand, promote the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? Because us ruling this earth we will make sure that every children, you understand, come back safely to their house, I mean, to their parents, man. Also, Shawan, you got it. You got it, Officer Shawan.
Concert Salaki, other one.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, just I was just gonna give a quick shout out to Officer Kiadawan out of Jamaica, because that brother just came up with a video that I thought was a good point, in that when Baraka Allah is bringing out, it says in Proverbs, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. There's the thing that Officer Kiadawan brought out. I've been hearing it for so many years now, is that it's like all these inventions for something like that go towards the vehicles, like the cars that we drive. Like it's been out for decades now that you can use water to fuel your vehicle.
God.
Right.
You can straight up just bring water and extract the hydrogen molecules out of the water to power your vehicle. When the righteous are in authority, inventions like that actually help society, we're going to be using inventions like that. Meanwhile, in this kingdom, under this oppressive society, I gotta pay $90 to fill up my gas tank. And when I pay that $90, I gotta fight with my wife. You know what I mean? Where we're putting money towards food. I got to fight with my wife and my household. Hey, let's not spend money on this. Let's not spend money on that because I got a $400 gas bill I got to pay every month. Meanwhile, inventors have already showed you that we don't have to pay for gas. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We're not going to be spending hundreds of dollars on gas. We're actually going to come out with inventions that help people, that help society, that help us progress and have better lives. But when the wicked are in authority, oh, you better believe we're going to be paying that gas bill. And when they come out with some next crisis of, oh, this is why gas is going up to $2 a gallon or whatever it may be, they're going to have their reasons for why gas is inflating in prices and why rent is being inflated and rate and all these reasons that you got to pay for this and pay for that. And all these things oppress a people. Like so I got to correct me if I'm wrong, but finances is the number one reason that people divorce. Finances is the number one reason why people don't make it as a couple. They divorce and their families are destroyed. Meanwhile, we have all these inventions to help us to where it would lighten the load. So Salaki, I was just saying the opposite the other one, like that point that he brought out about the gas prices, and to piggyback off of Officer Barak Allah, when the righteous are in authority, this world is going to rejoice.
God.
No
sweat, priest. And I believe there's a couple people, you understand, that came out, you understand, with their own invention that they get killed. They're just mysteriously, you understand, die. You understand? And
right.
This is kingdom, man. You understand? This is this kingdom. Why? Because they want to make so much money. And also these things, like, you understand, all these crimes that you see, just so you know, these crimes, you understand, everybody's getting paid. Those police officers are getting paid extra time. Some of them are getting paid extra time. You understand? Well, it will stop when we rule this earth, man. Understand? Salaka, let me go in the chat. Sister Carla, shalom, Yahushua Bashim Yoshai. Understand? Sister Nawa, shalom, sis Yahushua Bashim Yoshai. So what's going on? What's going on, priest? Shalom, Yahushua Yoshai. You understand? Bayana, what's going on, sis? Shalom, Yahushua Bashim Yoshai. Understand? Sister Carla said that he's Cambodian. Here you have it. He's Cambodian. He's a heathen. You understand? And just like we read earlier, perilous time is coming. You understand? Destruction is coming to this earth, man. These heathens, Akim, these heathens are about to show their real color in America. In due time, you think, you understand, the China man, you understand, space balloon or spy balloon, you understand, was a problem. You about to see these heathens in their full flesh. You about to see, you understand, destruction. How these heathens killed, you understand, the oppressor. You about to see, you understand, more terrorism, you understand, over here. You about to see, you understand, more killing, you understand, like more mass murderers over here. That's what you are about to see. These are the time we're coming into, man. And this is why we're telling you to follow God for your protection and for your children's protection, man. You understand? Meanwhile, you hate the I.S.U.P.K for it. You understand? Yet we want to, you understand, we want your family to be saved. We want you to be saved. We want you to come back and make it home safely, man. That's why we're telling you to follow the Bible, man. Let's get more on the article, Officer Zabaja, if you may.
One moment.
Go on. So WAP say the whole electric vehicle trend has been around for hundreds of years. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was seeing, you understand, videos from the, you know what I'm saying, 1800, I believe, where they had, you understand, like invention. They had like it's a one-wheel motorcycle. Understand? You see someone, you understand, some oppressor, some Edomite, you understand, on a one-wheel motorcycle, the wheel, you understand, you sit down inside of the wheel and the wheel just keep turning. You understand? They had a lot of inventions, you understand, back in the days. Understand? And all these inventions are being suppressed, you understand, today. Why? Because the oppressor is such a greedy bastard, you understand? Such a greedy beast. You understand? He doesn't want, you understand, people to have those inventions and benefit from those inventions because they won't make as much money as they're making right now. You understand?
So Laki, if I may,
Come on, please.
I think it goes like two folds, especially with this oppressor and the fact that they have cars that can run on water, right? But the Gadites already don't have water as it is. Now, can you imagine what would happen if the oppressors figure out how to get the limited clean drinking water that we already have, right? Which is limited because in Canada, drinking water only comes out of the 5 lakes, right? Out of those 5 lakes, 4 of them are you're able to drink from, right? These oppressors would destroy the rest of the water that we have anyways right now if they could figure out how to fully market, right? Because they figured out how to run a car off water, but to figure out how to fully market it, they would destroy our ecosystem. What's left of it that they haven't already destroyed, right? Like if you look at Palestine, Ohio, there's people going up to the rivers, right, where they have the spill, and throwing rocks into the river, right? And the ripple effect is not. It looks like oil.
Yeah, right. I seen the video. I seen it.
Right. So if I could only imagine what these oppressors would do, right? And then you see more people. You're gonna see, Akim. You're gonna see more and more people start to go, for lack of better words, batshit crazy, right? People are coming out of we just came out of a lockdown for 2 years. So you have a group of people who've been running the earth for centuries being told that they have to stay in their house, right? And now the rest of the people, they're catching, it's only catching up to them, right? The greed of the oppressors is really what's making people go crazy. Just like y'all have all said, right? Not everyone's working, but people are still asking for thousands of dollars in rent. And I heard in Montreal or Quebec, the rent is going up, just like it is in Toronto. In Toronto, you could rent a shoebox for $2,800.
Damn.
In Montreal, get ready. It's coming there too.
Understand? It's gonna be hectic, man. You understand? It's gonna be crazy, just like you're saying, priest. You understand? And this is why people, you understand, as a people, we need to start following these laws. You understand? And not only, and also by following these laws, these laws show you how to have brotherhood and sisterhood towards your own people. You understand? Because brotherhood and sisterhood is gonna be critical in those times. In those times that are coming, it's gonna be extremely critical to have a sincere brotherhood and sisterhood. The top lack of which you find in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? So you're not in the I.S.U.P.K. I feel really bad for you. You understand? You're gonna be cut lacking, like they say. You understand? Outside of the U.P.K. during those times. Why? Because there's no brotherhood out there, man. You understand? There's no Christian group that will say, "Well, I will die for my brother." Meanwhile, they profess to follow exactly, you understand, what Christ did. Only in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You understand? We put ourselves in the danger zone. You understand? We go to camp. You understand? Going to camp. You understand? And being in risk of somebody shooting us, somebody, you understand, hitting us. We put our life in danger. You understand? For you to wake up. You understand? And it's gonna be extremely necessary for you to understand that brotherhood and sisterhood, following these laws, you understand, will save your life, man. You understand? Just like also the Baja said, people, you understand, people are gonna be more crazy. Imagine if you understand, in Canada, we see what's going on in China right now. There are places like in China where the whole block, the whole building, they just, you understand, lock the door in the front of the building. Nobody could come out of the building, man. You understand? The news is not reporting on that. You understand? We don't know what happened to the people, to those people, you understand, in the building. Some were throwing stuff, you understand, throwing money out the window. But they just shut down the whole, you understand, skyscraper. You understand? Imagine if these things start happening over here. You understand? You better wake up, because you understand, time is about to get hard. And just like for the example that you give with the spill that happened, you understand, I believe there's 2 or 3 other you understand, other things, you understand, plantation or industries, you understand, that exploded and that is releasing chemicals in the air as well. You understand? Esau is gonna make, you understand, this earth like unlivable. That's your oppressor, man. Why? Officer Barakala just said it earlier. You understand? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rules, the people mourn. And this is what we sing on this earth right now. All right. Let's get more on the article, Baba Kwash, all right? And after that, we'll jump to the topic, the other topic, you understand, that we had. So, like, appreciate Officer Zabaja, you're on mute.
I was asking, do you want the other article? Because the video that you played earlier, it basically summed up the article already.
Go on, let's get the other one.
Go on. One second. I'm just translating it right now.
Go ahead, Officer Sharon.
If I could bring out a verse after the audio is bringing that up.
Go on, please.
Can somebody grab John chapter 13, verse 35?
Khan.
John chapter 13 and verse 35.
Khan.
And this is just to piggyback off of something Officer Adiyar was bringing up.
This is the book of John, chapter 13, verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
By what?
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
I've heard so many people say that they're a disciple of Christ. I was having a conversation with a brother today, and he was looking at me like, "Oh, I know you want to argue with me about what you believe." And I looked at him, I'm like, I have nothing to argue with you about. Either you're right or somebody else is right. I'm wrong, I'm right. Somebody's right, somebody has the truth. Right? Read that again.
Karawakan, John chapter 13, verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
There's only one way, according to God, that you know you're a disciple of Christ. Keep reading.
Karawakan, if ye have love one to another.
That ye have what?
If ye have love one to another.
I love what Officer Adiyar was bringing out, because something we lack as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is love towards one another. You understand? And there's one thing that we need as a people to get out of this condition that we're in. That's love one to another. That's it. And when you read through this book, you find out, what is love? Love is keeping the commandments. Love is having integrity. Love is being an honorable brother or sister. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. You understand? You're not allowed to sleep with another man's wife. You're not allowed to lie on brothers, bear false witness, gossip against one another. This is how you know you're a disciple of Christ. It's that brotherhood that's going to fix our community. Being a good brother, being a good sister. Understand? That's the only thing that we need as a people. And that's what we teach in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. How to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Salaki, I was just trying to fill up some time while we wait for that article.
Most High in Christ, the water, priest. You got it, Officer Zabaja?
Time. This is from Slovakia, Le Journal de Montreal. Laval tragedy. The bus driver Slovakia. The bus driver unfit to appear. Good night.
Unfit to appear. Slovakia. That means, you understand? Because they were doing, you understand, psychiatric evaluation. Everybody was saying, well, you know what? He's not crazy, you understand? But there's one thing that he did that, you understand, that will prove that he's crazy, is by when that driver hit that building, hit that daycare. He took off his clothes.
Right.
Understand? He took off his clothes, and in my mind, like when I read the story, I was listening to the news. I'm like, you know what? They're gonna say he's not unfit. He's unfit. You understand? To stand trial.
Oh, God.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead,
that man is fit to stand trial. Like they need to
Gone.
stop playing. They need to stop playing with us right now. He was fit to drive the bus 10 minutes ago, and today, because he drove the bus into a wall, he's unfit. Right.
Yeah,
if this was a brother, he would be fit to stand trial, be executed, flogged, tarred, and feathered in front of everybody. And Montreal, knowing Montreal, they would hang him, burn him, and torture him like they did a sister who was a slave in Montreal trying to escape her freedom.
You understand? And this is what these other nations know. The Edens know exactly how to deal with Esau. You understand? They know how to get away with murder. They know how to get away with scam. You don't, black man. Why? Because it's not your nature. They know if I drive a bus into a building full of children, then I just take my clothes off. People will say, well, you know what? He's crazy. But let you do that, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. They're going to say, well, Negro, you know damn well what you were doing.
Right.
You have multiple personalities. Well, you better pick one because one is going to jail today. You understand? We don't get the same judgment as the other nations, man.
Right.
You understand? And this is why we should stop. Go ahead, please.
No, Salakia, I didn't mean to cut you off.
God. No, you could go ahead, Mark. You understand?
No, I was gonna say, like, look how many brothers and sisters are in Montreal right now, going through it because of the generational oppression. Scientists have said that we carry, Salakia, the oppression that we're going through, right, and the effects of it is in our blood. Like our children are born with the PTSD of the years and centuries of oppression, right? That doesn't stop Montreal police and homicide detectives from charging black men who are killing each other. They don't say they're not unfit to stand trial, even though some of them you could make a strong argument for are crazy, right? They're getting high all day trying to kill each other, trying to abuse themselves with different narcotics, trying to get rid of the depression that they're going through. And not one of these prosecutors is going to look at them and say, you are unfit to stand trial because my people have tortured your people for centuries.
And this is where I want to come. You understand? This is where I'm coming from. With, you understand? Coming with in this article. You understand? That Eden is unfit to stand trial, also Abaja. And just like you said, you understand? We've been in slavery. You understand? And they know the you understand the effect, the traumas that we understand that we have to hold. You understand that we have to go through, that we have to live with. They know that trauma will affect our children and our children's children. You understand? That trauma being, you understand, untreated will make us go crazy. And this is why we just like you said, Officer Badger, this is why we're killing ourselves. It is not normal for somebody to just wake up and smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, knowing damn well that it's gonna kill them at the end. You understand? It's not something, you understand, normal for us to kill one another. So they know exactly, you understand, that there's a trauma that black people, as you understand, are going through. You understand? There's a mental disease that we carry as black people because of all the oppression that we endured. Even, you understand, just us interacting with the police bring us trauma because we are not treated the same way as the other nation, yet we are fit to stand trial. You understand? Let it be a black man that drive a bus, you understand, into a building and take off his clothes. Well, you know what? That dude was, you understand, they will put indecent exposure, you understand, on top of the charges. I didn't see that charge, you understand? I see you, Officer Barakala. You understand? I didn't see that charge. They're charging for indecent exposure. You understand? Let that be a black man. They will say, well, you know what? You killed two children. You drove the bus into a wall. You understand? You put people's life in danger. Plus, you got naked. Well, you know what? That's another sentence. You understand? You understand? Meanwhile, you understand? Them Cambodian, you understand? Them Eden, you understand? It's unfit to stand trial. You understand? I believe, you understand? Well, we're gonna see what the reason why. Also, Barakala, go ahead.
I just want to add on what you and Officer Zabaji just said, you understand? Right? And link it with a scripture, which is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7, which reads, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right.
You understand? Because it's not even that the heathens do not understand that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Native Indians, we suffer from generational trauma. Understand that has never been addressed. Is that they don't have no compassion for us. They just don't give a damn. You understand? We're just left here to rot to death. That's basically it. You understand? Because when it comes to like African children, you understand, just for example, who've been hired as child soldiers, you understand, which is a pretty common thing. When some of them they get rescued, right? They get therapy
Right.
for the trauma they've been through as a child soldier. You understand? But when it comes to the so-called Latino brothers who gets out of the cartel or the gangs, they don't get no therapy for getting out of the cartel or the gangs. You understand? For every ex-gang member, whether it's blood, Crip, Trinitarios, whatever the case is, we don't get no therapy. You understand? Whether we go to jail or not, we don't get any therapy, any counseling whatsoever. We just go back and forth to jail. That is that you understand? That is the only tool that it provides us. The only reform they gave us is that, you're gonna go to jail. If you can't change while you're inside, well, we cannot help you. You understand? It's not that they cannot help us, they just don't want to help us. Because if they help us, you understand, they we would be so-called better, right? We'll try to live a better life, but they don't want us to live better. They don't want us to stop killing each other. They don't want us to stop selling drugs. You understand? And for those who suffer mental illnesses, it is documented that there is a systemic problem for providing mental aid to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You understand? Because that damn heathen, he's gonna be considered unfit because he drove the bus and he got out naked, whatever the case is. Just like Officer Baja said, let it have been a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian driving inside a daycare, you understand, naked in the bus, you understand, he would have been charged with the quickness. And just like you said, they would have had indecent exposure, you understand, to the charges. You understand? It wouldn't have mattered that he is actually unfit to stand the trial, because there is no black, Latino, or Native that is unfit to stand the trial according to our oppressors. You understand? We are to be held accountable for every single actions that we take, whether or not we are mentally stable. Salaki, I don't want.
God. And one thing you could see, you understand, like that, he then came out uninjured.
Kawakan.
You understand? Not one taser, Officer Baja. Not one punch was thrown to him. You understand? No headlocks, Officer Shawan. Nothing. You understand? They might as well brought him into McDonald's and everything, get him an Happy Meal. Meanwhile, you black man in the ghetto, you understand? You get the chokehold. You understand? You get the chokehold for selling drugs, trying to survive. You get the chokehold, you understand, for just walking the streets, you understand, being black. Yeah, this damn Eden drove a bus and killed 2 children. Not one damn scratch. Not one scratch on them, Akim. Well, he's unfit to stand trial. Let's get more on the article, Officers, about it.
Okay. Salakia, Per and Y saying Anad will therefore be sent to the Philippi Penal Institute, where he will be subjected to a psychiatric exam.
Good night.
The accused showed up Friday morning at the Laval courthouse confused, his hair disheveled. This is St. Ahmad's first appearance since the evening of his arrest 9 days ago. According to our information, the defendant's lawyer Julian LaPerrance Hudon was originally supposed to request a psychiatric evaluation of his client in order to determine whether he can be held criminally responsible for the acts which he is accused. In the events in the last hours, however, would have changed the situation we learned. The mental state of the accused was considered too unstable by the defense for him to appear before the judge this morning.
Why? Because his hair was unshoveled? Because he didn't do his hair, Officer Badger? Is that the reason why he was, you understand, unstable to appear in front of the judge? Meanwhile, he been driving the bus like Officer Barakala said. You understand? This is the treatment the other nations have, and you know why they have this different treatment? Because they have people, leaders. They have people. You understand? They put that Cambodian, you understand, in prison. Well, Cambodia gotta say something about one of theirs. You understand? In prison in America. You understand? They have people to stand up for them. We don't. Outside of the UPK, we don't have no leadership in the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian community, man. You understand? Matter of fact, we don't only one that use those type of situation and relates it, you understand, and relates it to us and seeing the mistreatment that we receive. We don't. Your preachers not doing that. You understand? Your politicians not doing that. How many politicians, you understand, say, well, you know what? The same way that is unfit to stand trial, Black people are unfit to stand trial as well. Especially after all these traumas, man. Where are the politicians, man? We don't want. We the only ones saying it, man. Where's your pastor that's supposed to be, you understand, a shepherd in the community, man? That's saying, well, you know what? Black people have been suffering so long. Of course, they go crazy. Officer Barkala just read. You understand? Oppression makes a wise man mad. Oppression drives a man crazy. We've been oppressed for, you understand, for over 400 years. You understand? Native Indian been oppressed for over 500 years by the same oppressor, man. Yet we are fit to stand trial. You understand? Yet we die in prison. You understand? Just give me a second, priest. All right, I got you. You understand? Yet we fit. You understand? We they put that Native Indian, those Native Indian, you understand, that are destroyed. They put them in jail. They don't say, well, you know what? They're full on drugs. They're high. They're on a reservation. You understand? Without proper. You understand? Drinking water. You understand? They are not fit to stand trial. Meanwhile, they are destroyed. They don't say that about us. You understand? Well, he didn't do his hair today. You understand? He didn't do. Matter of fact, they will say he came to court. We understand he didn't do his hair. You understand? Michael Jackson came to court in pajamas. They made fun of him. They didn't say, well, he's unfit to stand trial. Meanwhile, he didn't got to do, officers about it. It's not just don't comb his hair. Don't comb his hair, and you unfit to stand trial. Now you're seeing exactly this empire. You know what I'm saying? Now you're seeing that we live in hell in in this society. Go ahead, Officer Barakella. You have it. You had something to say?
It's a lot, and that was I think Officer Zabaja, if I'm not mistaken, who had something to say.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I just want to again reading this article, and I read up ahead, right? Just so I could get a grasp of this article. This man, he knows exactly what he did. His lawyer is doing exactly what a lawyer does. Like the lawyer is trying to basically get their client the least amount of time or the easiest time possible. That's a lawyer's job, right? A lawyer is supposed to get you out of jail or the best sentence in jail for their client. And reading this article, the lawyer said, yesterday I had a meeting with him. At that time, I judged that he was fit to stand trial, whereas yesterday was okay. But today, listen to what I'm saying. He says, but whereas today, I am not able to get answers from him. What's this lawyer talking about? This lawyer is a psych. This lawyer is not even a psych or a doctor. You're a lawyer, right? You're trying to say yesterday he was cool. Today, the price changed, right? It's not making sense. Again, this society needs to come to an end immediately, right? the Most High needs to send Christ as soon as possible, because what's happening right now is everything is getting out of hand. You have men driving buses and driving them into daycares, right? And the city, like Officer RDR, you brought something out earlier. The city needs to do psyche evaluations on its employees every once in a while, because 2 days ago, or I'm assuming this, I'm speaking like this happened yesterday, but really in reality it happened 9 days ago, right? 14 days ago, this man was perfect driving a bus. He was able to drive the bus and pick up your children, and the city trusted him driving children and a bunch of pedestrians all everywhere around the city. Today, he's unfit for a trial, which is not making any sense, other than the people who run the society, right? They are not good leaders. They're not supposed to be over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because they can't tell left to right. They can't tell if they're going up or down. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's why I meant a daycare, and then a lawyer is going to say he's unfit to stand trial, but he was fit yesterday. It's not making any sense.
And Salaka priest, the reason why he judged that he's unfit is because I'm not able to get answers from him. So what happens if what happens if you have you in the trouble and your lawyer asks you a question and you don't answer? Is he gonna say, you understand, that you are unfit to stand trial because you don't answer his question?
Salaka, one.
Go ahead, priest.
You're just not gonna be cooperative. That's it.
Okay. You understand? Meanwhile, the Edens get a different treatment. You understand?
Correct.
So much for equality. So much for, you understand, for everybody could be saved, right? Meanwhile, in this, you understand, kingdom, we get a different treatment from the Eden. You understand? Yet your preacher would tell you everybody could be saved. Meanwhile, you suffering. Meanwhile, you are mistreated. Meanwhile, they know that you're unfit. You understand? You are unfit to live this life. You don't own a nation that do not know you understand, their nationality. You don't own a nation, you understand, that don't have its own language. You don't own a nation, you understand, that doesn't have its own land. You are the only nation that do not have its own history, man. That's a crazy person, man. You understand? Yet you are fit to stand trial. Matter of fact, I was looking for brothers' name that had mental illness. You understand? There's a bunch of them you could find. They were killed by the police. They weren't fighting the police. They just got killed. You understand? Because they had mental illness. The police didn't say, well, you know what? He's unfit. You understand? He's unfit for arrest. They just killed him. The oppressor that is unfit, you understand, to stand trial, not even a scratch. That's one thing that I couldn't understand. Like they hopefully you understand that the people that hold him down, you understand, hopefully they got a few punch on him, you understand? Punches on him. Go ahead, Brees.
It reminds me, right? Just like you said, that heathen, when he got arrested, he didn't get, like he didn't get no hits from the police. He didn't get beat up, whatever. He get roughed up, He didn't get roughed up by the police, right? It reminds me when last year when Officer Zabadia, after the Passover, stayed by my place for like a week or a little bit more than a week, right? When we walked around the neighborhood, we went to a street, and we seen like a post of a brother that got killed by the police a couple years ago, and saying that brother suffered from mental illness, and he was shot in the back by the police. You understand? While getting away from them, right? And it reminds me also when you came in my zone right next to the school, right next to my old high school, right? Another brother got killed by the police as well, who had mental illness. You understand? And when it comes to our people, like, it's almost like we cannot suffer from mental illness. You understand? Suffering from a mental illness is not an excuse to act erratically in the streets or wherever we are. You understand? Suffering from mental illness or being unfit, as it said in this article, to stand trial, right? It doesn't apply to us. You understand? We have to act like we are regular citizens in this empire. When the way we live is nothing regular. You understand? Because we get profiled or discriminated against more than any other nation on the face of the earth.
Right.
And Caucasian or not. You understand? We go to, like, the rate that our people go to jail is higher than any other race on the face of the earth, guilty or not. You understand? There is nothing. What I'm going to say, there is nothing normal, is according to the norm of the heathens in this empire. Because for us, like, we see a brother being guilty or not being even not guilty go to jail. At this point in 2023, we're not even surprised, right? For us, it's like it could be like we could be considered normal. We wouldn't be even surprised. We would say it's unjust, but we wouldn't be surprised. When it comes to the other nations, it's a shock to have any one of their people going to jail unjustly. You understand? When it comes to the other nations, one of their brother or sister could be unfit instead to stand trial or not be held accountable because he suffered from mental illnesses. Understand? But when it comes to us, it's like there is no excuse for any behavior that we have in the world. You understand? Salakia, one.
Most of Christ, you understand? It's true, man. You understand? Then this is why, you understand, I had felt, you understand, some type of anger reading this, you understand, yesterday. You understand? Because I was saying, well, he didn't do his hair, he didn't answer the lawyer, so he's unfit to stand trial. Meanwhile, we have, just like you said, also Barakali, we have brother, you understand, that had mental illness, trying to get away from the police and that got shot in the back. Yet not one scratch on this damn Eden, man. After killing 2 kids and injuring, you understand, a few others, man. Understand? Go ahead, Officer Shawan.
Consul Salakia, if I could just add, it's like what you guys are bringing out is so heavy in that if you're anybody watching the class and you don't believe us, because I know, like what General Mohammed was saying the other day about Salakia, if I'm misquoting, I think it was called internal racism. Where it's like brothers and sisters are going around calling themselves nigger. You know what I mean? Or it's like, you know, like maybe there's a fight or a scuffle going on amongst 2 brothers, and it's like somebody's bringing out an insult to say, "Oh, why are you acting so niggerly?" And it's like the reason we do that is because of internal racism. And that study that the psychologist was bringing out was so heavy in that, like, to bring out the point is that a lot of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, when we bring out that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are like the ones who are the most highly incarcerated race of people, it's like you don't have to look at I.S.U.P.K and say that we're crazy. Just look at the stats. Like, whether you believe what we're saying or not, it's like the stats in Canada, but Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we make up something like 6% of the entire population of Canada. Why are we 60% of the prison population?
Right.
You look at Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in America, it's no different. Like the percentage, the statistics are there. You don't have to believe us. Just look at the stats. Like what you guys are bringing out about us being incarcerated, just look at the stats. It's insane the amount of brothers and sisters that are being locked up and incarcerated over these different crimes and things that they say is going on. Like when you brothers are saying that, you know what I mean? It's like brothers are being incarcerated and charged even though they might be suffering from mental illness. It's like, just look at the stats. You know what I mean? You don't gotta believe us. Right? Salakia. That's all I want to say.
Matter of fact, you understand? Somebody bring me to Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22, Baba Kwasha, right? We'll drop this topic. We got another topic, you understand, right after this one, all right? You understand? What you said is powerful, also Shawan. And one of the things, you understand, that people don't realize, that us being, you understand, number one in jail is proof that we are the Jews, is proof that we are the children of Israel. You understand? I know your preacher is not gonna tell you that, but let's see the scriptures. Isaiah 42 verse 22. Let's get it.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 42 verse 22.
Go ahead.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled. You understand? What does the word spoiled mean in this verse?
Salak, if I may.
Go ahead.
What do you mean? Destroyed?
Destroyed. You understand? Destroyed, oppressed. This is a people robbed and spoiled, man. We are that people, man. They robbed everything, you understand, that we made. You understand? We made traffic lights. Where's the credit, you understand, for black people making traffic lights? We make, you understand, your refrigerator, you understand, your fridge. Where's the credit that goes to us? We made almost every, you understand, we make this earth run. We make America run. We make Canada run. Where's the credit that is giving to us?
So
meanwhile, understand, just give me a second, all right, please. Meanwhile, you understand, they took away our name, Yasharala, Israel. They took away our language. They took away, you understand, our identity. Gave it to this damn, you understand, stinking Jewish man. You understand? This is a people robbed and spoiled, man. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, we don't even have to go that far. We invented like the broom and the dustpan. Without us, like the house would still be dusty. We invented the doorknob. The sewer system comes from the Mayans and the Incas.
Right.
But there's no credit for our people. In these days, people would be dying of heat exhaustion because without us, there wouldn't be no AC. It's a lot, y'all.
Understand? We are people robbed and spoiled, man. The Cambodian are not robbed and spoiled. They get free pass after killing 2 children. You understand? Africans are not robbed and spoiled. They are number 1 in scamming in Canada, man. Them and the damn East Indians. They're not robbing spoiled. You are robbing spoiled, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Matter of fact, let's get more on that verse.
They are all of them snared in holes.
They are all of them snared in holes. You understand? Which means what? There's trap everywhere for them, man. Drug in our community is trapped. They put the drug in the community, and a lot of police are the ones bringing the drug in the community, and those same police will arrest you for selling drug. You understand? Matter of fact, everybody over here know about Reagan. You understand? One of the number 1 drug dealer president of the United States. You understand? Everyone over here know about that mayor. You understand, that damn Eden mayor that was in Toronto. You understand? That died, but that was smoking crack. Yet you get arrested for crack. You understand? For selling crack.
Salak, Yaro, and if I'm not mistaken, Joe Biden's son is a crack addict as well.
Yeah, exactly. You understand? Voila. You understand? He's a crack addict. You understand? He sleeps with prostitute. You understand? And does a lot of other things. Yeah, according to, you understand, what the information that's coming out. You understand? There's a lot of information that's coming out on that Biden family, Hillary Clinton family. You understand? Obama's and such and such. You understand? These are the criminals, but you are the one. You understand? Snared in holes. Keep on going.
Khan. And they are hid in prison houses.
They are what?
They are hid in prison houses.
They are where?
In prison houses.
Who's number 1 in the jail? Also, Shawan?
On Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Damn right. What is the percentage in Canada?
I believe we populate 60%.
60%, man.
Of the prison population.
60% of you in the jail, man. You make up, you understand, those people in jail. You understand? They are hid where? Also, Barkiala?
In prison houses.
You are in the prison houses, man. If that doesn't show you that you're Israelite, you understand, you don't have no spiritual eye. You don't have no discernment. You don't see exactly what's going on. You are hid in prison houses. You are the number 1 in jail. That's in the Bible. You understand? You are the one robbing spoiled, man. Just like the Bible said you would, man. But we got a cure for that. And the cure is let's stop being criminals, man. Let's stop being like these damn other nation, these damn Eden, and let's stop following the Lord of the, you understand, the Lord God, the Most High, you understand, by Israel named Yahweh. Let's stop following him. And you know what? Our children, you understand what? Yet when the children of our oppressors die, you understand, while going to school, while going to kindergarten, ours will make it on back safe. While these children, you understand, die, just like Egypt, just like we're about to celebrate the Passover, the death of Egyptian children. You understand? For those that don't know, the Passover, right? That what you call, you understand, what's supposed to be Easter, what's supposed to be, you understand, in French, la Pâque, is about the death of Egyptian children, man.
Right.
You understand? But I thought God loved everybody. So God's gonna give a feast day for you, you understand, to celebrate the death of Egyptian children. And Christ, you say Christ was about loving everybody, but Christ celebrated you understand, the Passover. Christ celebrated, you understand, the fact that the Egyptian children died. You understand? You better wake up, man. We have only one solution, and which is following these precepts, you understand, following these laws and commandments. All right, let's drop this topic. We have another topic for you, right? Meanwhile, you understand, just to go usher in this topic, you see exactly what they do to these other nations. They give them a free pass, you understand? They give them the good life. They give them, you understand, a type of salvation, you understand? He doesn't have to go to jail. He's unfit to stand trial. Let's see what they promote to us, though, as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You got it, Officer Zabaji. You could share the screen that you're at. You understand? Let's see what they're promoting to us as the chosen people of God. When I seen this, Hakim, you understand, sisters and brothers and sisters in the chat, Sister Bayana say, we are the most intelligent people on earth. Damn right. We are the salt of the earth, man. You understand? We give this earth taste. Without Black people, you understand, there will be nothing. Without so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, this earth will be, you understand, a damn boring place to be. I don't want to follow no East Indian dance. You understand that? I don't want to listen to that. You understand? I don't want to listen to no Chinese music, but I do want to listen to some hip hop. I do want to listen to some compa. I do want to listen to some merengue, bachata. You understand? And such. I do want to listen to some reggae, man. You understand? We are the flavor of this earth, man. You understand? All right, now you have it. This is what they promote. Meanwhile, they're saving these other nations. They respect these other nations, you understand? Their family structure. Yet, they promote this to us. You understand? And I know Black people don't read Vogue. This is mainly, you understand, for white people, right? This is for white people, you understand? This is how Black people are. The women are leading, the men behind scared. You understand? This is what they promote to us, man. Go ahead, please.
If I may, I seen a couple of videos, right, about heathens talking about how their household is running. They say a woman cannot run the household.
Right.
That is just not their role. Like, even naturally, right? The East Indians will say it, the Arabs will say it, and some Asians will say it as well. Yeah. The man is the one running the household. A few instances where you will see heathen women running their household is because, for instance, right, some Arabs will go to France or come in Quebec, right, in Canada, whatsoever, in the States. Now the woman has power. So the woman is running the household. Otherwise, if it would be these women in Afghanistan, in Iran, they're not running nothing.
God.
God,
you understand? And matter of fact, let's go to this verse, all right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 2. You understand? This is when I seen this, I thought about the scripture, you understand, automatically. You understand? Why? Because this is the image, you understand, they put out for our people. And sister, people will say, well, this is a nice picture, you understand? The womb king, it's like a woman. The woman, I don't know what the hell is a woman, you understand? But the woman queens, you understand? This is show the beauty and the strength of the Black woman, you understand? That doesn't show no strength of black woman. Shows a masculine woman, shows a dragon. You understand? Shows somebody that you don't want to be, you understand, in a cage with, in a house with, man. You understand? This is what it shows. And yet that the man is behind scared. This is straight up Willie Lynch agenda.
Right.
You understand? This is to make you exactly, you understand, being soft. Why? Because by being soft, you are not a threat to, you understand, to this empire. We are a threat to this empire because we understand we are masculine. Why? Because we tell the truth. Yet this is how they view you. This is how they view you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Who got the verse by the question?
I got one to lock here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 2. The mighty men.
3 verse 12 of the question.
Kawakan Salakia. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people.
As who?
As for my people.
You are God's people, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. As for you, go ahead.
Kawakan. Children are the oppressors.
Children are the oppressors. What does that mean? Who could break this down?
Salakia, if I may.
Go ahead, please.
When it comes to dealing with us, our oppressors are all of our oppressors, but mostly the oppressor of oppressors, the damn devil the Bible speaks of. They just act like kids. They don't have no, like, you know, they do whatever they want according to how they feel because they act like kids. They have no reasoning on how they act towards us.
But you're right. But you understand, in this instance, in this example, for this verse, is saying something a little bit different. All right. Now, who are in the street gangs?
I got one. Israel, I don't want.
Yeah, but you understand, who are doing the shooting outside, like in your community in Montreal North? Is it like grown people, like 60 years old, 50 years old?
Lord, one is the young generation.
The young generation, children. You understand? Children oppressors, man. Our children are bad. You understand? Our children are so bad. You understand? Some parents, you understand, get rid of their children, man. Some parents, you understand, abort their kids because they're seeing exactly how kids are living today.
Right.
You understand? Children are the oppressors. You understand? We have the children, you understand, that are killing families. I seen a video the other day where a little child, probably like 15 years old, you understand, is robbing people and everything from their own community. I seen another video, Akim, where there's a brother that robbed his own mother and a man. You rob your own mother. You understand? Put a mask on and rob his own mother. Children are, I see you, Officer Shawan. Children are their oppressors. You understand? I'm gonna just finish this verse, all right, Officer Shawan? Let's get more.
Kawakan. And women rule over them.
And what?
And women rule over them.
What are we seeing in this picture?
Women rule over them.
Women rule over you. This is something that is against the Bible. You have women preachers, that's not supposed to happen. That's against the Bible. You have women leaders, you understand, that's not supposed to happen. That's against God. Women rule over them. In the society, they put the woman, the black woman, above the black man. And when you read Willie Lynch, you see exactly the agenda ever, you understand, way back from slavery, of putting the woman first, the black man behind. And today what happens? You don't have no structure. You don't have no real leadership. You understand? Your community fell. You understand? Because women make you understand, make opinions according, you understand, to their emotions. They feel a certain way. They had a dream last night. Well, I had a dream last night. You was with another woman. Well, you understand, the whole day got to go bad. Women make, you understand, like, decision according to their emotion, not according to logic. You understand? Women rule over them. Matter of fact, bring him back to the top, all right? I got you, all right, Officer Shawan? Bring him back to the top. Question.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Go ahead.
Karawakan. And women rule over them.
Is this not talking about you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian? Is this not talking about you? Is this, you understand? Is this just like Officer Barkiala said? You understand? The other nation knows, you understand, that the woman doesn't run the household. They know this. Meanwhile, they promote it to us. This is what they promote to us. Even the so-called oppressor, the so-called devil, the Bible speaks of, the Edomites, you understand? Their women are not ruling. You understand? They come back to their household, you understand? That white man will slap her up and everything, and she'll be quiet. You understand? Chop her off, you understand? If she dares to say something, well, you know how they do, you understand? You might find her in the ditch, you might find her, you understand, in the backyard or whatnot. You understand? Women don't rule over these other nations, man. But they rule, you understand, in your society, in your communities, women are ruling. Keep on going.
Karawakan. Oh my people.
Oh my who?
My people.
Listen good, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. This is you for you. Go ahead.
They which lead thee.
Hey, who does what?
They which lead thee.
Those that are leading you. And that includes who, Officer Barakala?
Salakia, the women.
Come, but the women, but you understand, like, give me an example of leaders of in the Black community.
Oh, Salakia, the one.
Go ahead.
The Christian preachers, the pastors, you understand? The so-called civil rights leaders, Black Lives Matters, you understand? Whatever president, prime minister, whatsoever.
Politicians.
Politicians.
You understand? That's exactly what it's talking about. You understand? Your pastor, listen, my people, listen, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, your preachers, your politicians, those that you put on, you understand, on top. You don't put the ISUPK on top. You don't put Commander General YAHANNA as the leader of black people. You understand? But you put, you understand, that greedy pastor in your church as a leader. You think he's telling the truth. Let's see what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Karawakan. Cause thee to err.
Cause thee to err. What does that mean, to err?
Salakia, if I may.
Go ahead.
To stray away.
To stray away. He's telling you lies. He's not telling you the right way. That's in the Bible. You understand? He's telling you, love everybody. Love everybody. Meanwhile, the damn Cambodian could kill 2 children, and after that, not, you understand, considered not fit to stand trial. Why? Because he didn't comb his hair and he didn't answer the questions. He's not fit to stand trial. Yet you are oppressed. You are killed. You are killed, even though you have mental illness. Your preacher is never going to talk about it. But love everybody. Your preacher is never going to talk about 400 years of oppression, 500 years of oppression of the Native Indian, but love everybody. Your preacher is never going to tell you, you understand, that you deserve justice for what has been done to you. And Christ will bring that justice to you, man. Your preacher is never going to tell you that, but love everybody, right? They that lead thee cause thee to err. You understand? You better get out the Christian church before it's too late, man. Go ahead.
Karawakan. And destroy the way of thy path.
And destroy the way of that path. Why? Because that's not how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have a woman leader. You're not supposed to have a woman preacher. You understand? You have prophets, you understand? Women that are prophets, of course, in the Bible. And those prophecies, you understand, they will relate it to a man. You understand? They won't be standing on the pulpit and teaching men about God. Even though that's in the New Testament, Christians still don't follow that. You understand? You're not supposed to have that. You're not supposed to have, you understand, like gang banging, you understand, blue, I'm Crip, I'm you blood, I'm this, I'm GD, and so on and so on. We're not supposed to live like this, man. We're not supposed to have our woman leading us, you understand, just like this damn picture is showing us, man. This is how they view us. You understand? We're supposed to be totally different. You understand? You're supposed to have that black boy, that black brother, you understand, in front, leading that woman with, you understand, with a child in their hands, man. That's how it's supposed to be. But this is how they look at us. This is what they promote to us. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shah once to lock it.
Cut on concert, Salaki. I just something heavy. I thought you were bringing out is that I know in Canada, Canadian law, when it comes to domestic abuse, the government, the government and the lawyers working for the government, they'll actually they'll attempt to prosecute the men, because in Canadian law they're from the perspective that because domestic violence happens all the time, they don't believe that like a woman per se will charge their husband with domestic violence. They say that they don't believe that the woman is going to charge the man with assault, even though assault's happening in the household. So Canadian law, they actually take the law into their own hands, and they say, regardless if this woman is going to prosecute you, we're going to prosecute you if we believe domestic violence is going on. And what you were saying about women rule over us, it's like if a black sister calls the police, like it's over for a black, Hispanic, or Native American man. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I don't know if anybody was watching the story with I think his name is Dana White. The devil who's
slapped
who's
up
over the UFC. He straight up assaulted his wife on video. He said he said I don't believe in hitting a woman, but he was caught assaulting his wife on video when he was on vacation.
Right.
Where was the charges for Dana White?
All right.
And I know in the States, I don't know if they follow the same thing Canada does, but what I do know is that Dana White is a trained fighter. Meaning his hands, if he puts his hands on anybody,
that's
let alone a woman, like you're supposed to be charged with a weapon. Your hands are looked at as a weapon if you're a trained fighter. Come on, concert.
Well, I seen that too, Officer Shariwan, and I thought the same thing. Like, damn, they about to charge this devil, right? Especially in the midst of all the domestic violence allegations the UFC's had on both sides of men fighters and the women fighters. Because them broads in the UFC, they be beating the crap out of their most of y'all might not know, right? A lot of them women in the UFC, they like fish, right? Salakia. I'm gonna just say it like that, right? The women in the UFC, they like fish, right? Red that they, if you get my drift, right? And they be beating the brakes out of the women that they're with. And I definitely thought, like, they're gonna charge Dana White, right? In reality, if they were to charge Dana White, they would have to charge the white woman who slapped him first. That's one thing they don't want to do.
So Lucky, I was about to say that too. You understand? If you look at on Google, right, and you type, "My woman is screaming at me," they will tell you, well, you know what? Listen to her more. Have more compassion. You understand? Some will say, "Be a man." You understand?
Right.
Be a man. You understand? Listen to her. You understand? She's yelling at you. You understand? Be understanding. You understand? But type, my man. If a woman type, "My man is yelling at me," well, call such and such. Call me too. Call the police. You understand? It's a different ball game. You understand? When it comes to you understand, to men and women in the society, they put the woman first. You understand? And the men after. And this is what they're showing to us as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Because why? Because they know this is a destruction. They know that this destroyed the family. This is the destruction of the family structure, man. You understand? Understand?
Salakia, if I could.
Of course, please.
Salakia, can somebody get me one moment? I'm looking for. Can somebody get me Luke 11 and 21, Baba Kasha, if we haven't brought that out already?
It's the book of Luke, chapter 11.
Salakia, Officer RDR, you were saying something?
No, go ahead, priest. Go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna say, like, okay, so the man is supposed to be the head of woman, right? You can find that in 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. You look at A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is not a strong brother, right? This is the same brother. Okay, if any celebrity is not a strong brother, this is not the time of strong celebrities, right? For black people, there was a time when we had celebrities who were damn near the hero, were the spokesperson for the black community. That's how the things that the black community wanted to get out was said, right? Like, for example, you had brothers being forced to go to fight war Vietnam, right? And those same brothers, when they came back, they were addicted to heroin and destroyed. No one respects a black man in the army. You had Muhammad Ali, to me, one of the world's greatest boxers, right? Some people say Floyd, some people say Tyson, but for me, Muhammad, because he talked it and walked it the same way, right? The way he walked it was how he talked it. And he would stick up for black people. He said, I'm not going to fight any of the Viet Cong because the Viet Cong aren't fighting me. That's not where my battle is. The battle is the oppressor in my community putting. That was a strong leaders. We don't have strong black men who are celebrities that are also leaders now. A$AP Rocky don't give a damn about anything that's happening in the black community, right? He said that himself, right? He has the same mind state as Lil Wayne, right? You have to remember also that A$AP Rocky only cared about the black community when he was overseas about last year or the year before, and he was charged with some incident, right? Some assault. And that's when he wanted the black community to protest and speak up for him. Aside from that, A$AP Rocky hasn't spoken up for us, right? He's just a weak brother, like many weak rappers are. They promote drug use, they promote violence, they promote whoredom, right? He's a weak brother, and that's why you'll see A$AP Rocky compromise like how he is, right? And I wanted to bring out a precept to further explain what you're seeing right now, because this is the attack that they've always done, right? You got to get the man first. Once you get the man, once he's beaten down, once he's weak and he doesn't know which way to go and he doesn't know how to lead and how to serve his people, you send in a sister to rule over him and further destroy him. And that's what they're promoting to us right now. Salaki, whoever has that precept, you can read it when you have it.
Sir. It's the book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 21. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace.
Right. What this is talking about is you can't enter into a strong man's house without binding him up first, right? A strong man's house, his palace, his goods are in peace, right? When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, meaning when strong black men or Hispanic or Native Americans leave their house, you can't just go in and tell them anything because we don't have strong leadership, right? Because our leadership are these pimping pastors, right? Pimp Curly became a pastor, and now he's over your church, and Pimp Curly's getting all the money from your granny, your auntie, your sister, your mother, who have no men. Currently, they kick the men out the house because they wanted the government checks, right? And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the results of weak men being binded and women taking over the so-called black community. This picture looks like the Christian, like Canada that you go into. That's the black That's what this picture looks like.
Come,
You got Rihanna. She has a stone strong face. She doesn't look like the smiley Bayesian under my umbrella sister that we're used to. The Ponder Replay sister. She looks like A$AP go and iron my blouse. She looks like he's teaching A$AP how to breastfeed in this picture right here.
A$AP is the womb man.
God, this is horrible.
Listen, that is not a manly picture.
God, this is horrible. You understand? And just like General Muhammad was saying, you understand, this is not made for us because black people don't really, you understand, like I don't know a lot of black people that read, you understand, Vogue magazine, you understand, but this is how they seeing us as, you understand, in their eyes, you understand. This is how they're seeing us to feel comfortable. You understand? Looking at us, you understand? Looking at you Akim, you understand? You Akim look like you're ready for war. You understand? You better pull out the sword and you just start chopping people's up. You understand? But this is to make white people feel safe. This is the image that they have of you, man. This is how they want you to be. You understand? This is they want you to be. You understand? In the back, take care of the kids, be feminine. You understand? Yet the woman all masculine and such, just like you understand this them brother right now. You understand? This is the damn abomination, man. You understand? This is not your preacher will tell you, well, it shows a strong black woman. You understand? Nah, this shows exactly the destruction of your family, the destruction of the family structure. You understand? All right. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to add more, Akim?
No.
All right, no sweat. All right, so now you got it. We're about to end this class. All right. And you have it, you understand? You see exactly two different treatment, you understand, in this society. They promote salvation. Oh, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Salakia, I did want to add just a little more, right? Now, I was on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, Officer Nakshawan, right? Salakia, I believe I butchered that brother's name. Nakashawan, right?
Nakashawan.
He has a picture. Salakia?
No, Salakia, go ahead, Arwan.
Okay, you were breaking up. Okay, so Officer Nakashawan, right? He has a picture, this same picture that we're looking at of A$AP, and then he has the contrast of the picture, right? It's the same family. No, it's not the same family. It's another black family. In that same type of picture, you see the mother, the father, the mother, and the child, right? The father, he's definitely behind the mother, but the child is in the mother's hands, and it's still showing you the order, right? That the man is first, the woman is second, and the child is third, right? Meaning that's how the household is supposed to be ran. And you see the mother being feminine and holding the child, not holding the husband like the mother's leading the husband. What you see is the man's hands on the sister from behind, like he's leading her, like as if he's pushing her through the door. Like, okay, we're gonna go this way. Right. Yeah. I just wanted to bring that out just to show you, like the picture itself isn't bad. It's just the semantics of the picture of how it is. Khan.
Yeah.
Salaki, I don't know if you can see it. If you go, anybody goes on Facebook or any of our Instagram pages or anything like that, I'll share it on Facebook, I.S.U.P.K Canada or I.S.U.P.K moment. You can see exactly what we're talking about. Listen, you see a black family. That's what we want to see. We just want to see Riri holding that baby and A$AP looking like he's an authority, right? A$AP looks like he's the one taking the orders. Like, good night.
Good night.
She looking like she's dragging him to hell right now.
Good night. Listen, I can only imagine. Salaki, I love my sisters. All our sisters are beautiful. We got Benjamin sisters, man. You got to be a strong brother to deal with Benjamin sisters. Salaki.
God.
Right. And I can only imagine what happens in that household, knowing that the sister Riri makes the most money.
Right.
Right. And ASAP, he a little effeminate brother anyway, so good night. Salakia.
Messiah Christ. All right, that will close it. You understand, for this tonight class. You understand? You seen the different. You understand the different level of treatment that the Edens receive and what we receive. You see exactly. You understand what they're promoting to us. You understand? So it's about time you wake up, man, because this life is about, you understand, to go crazy, more crazier than you understand you seeing. You understand? If you think egg price rise going up is a problem, you about to understand. You about to have, you understand, work a whole entire day for a loaf of bread. You understand? And the only solution that we have during those times is that real brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? And the only place you're gonna find real brotherhood and sisterhood is if we think those who are in the I.S.U.P.K Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Command General YAHANNA. All right. That being said, we'll see you next Saturday. All right. I pass the class to Officer 500 Child 1. Clap it up.
Salaki, is there a brother who has the security announcements? I'm not at home right now.
I got it out of one.
Okay, also Salaki, also if Barakala, you take over there.
The I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 to 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Salakia. We have the Feast of Purim coming up, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which falls on Sunday the 5th of March and Monday the 6th of March 2023. You can read more about it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Reminder to all Akim and Aquaten to check the bulletin board in the hallway of their physical school if they have one. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men visual amajam, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men visual amajam Shabbat. Amajam, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh. Yajamata, which means hands down. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sar, which means to turn. To turn and face the sisters if you have any in your presence. Men visual amajam Shabbat. Majam, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Yajamata, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General YAHANNA got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, UPK Natazal, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about